Okay, where are we? There we go. Okay, perfect. All right. Hello there. All right. So we switched it to today. and I know it's not easy for people to make it on a Wednesday. So it's great that this is being recorded, so we're all good. Although yesterday, because I had to cancel, it was right before we went live, we had a bit of an incident with the sub pump, which is actually in my office. So anyway, we got it. There was no damage. It kind of just stopped, and you know what? When things are going off, it's like I have this inner knowing. So something said, check that pump because then there it was. It was like it was not sucking. And anyway, we had an extra one. We moved it. No damage, nothing like that. But it was a late night. So during that, we were sending out lots of love. And to be quite honest, we actually had, I would consider what could have been like a stressful time. We actually had a lot of fun. We just pretended it was like a date night because we had to kind of hang out and watch the water rise and get sucked away and whatever. It was what it was. So we had a fun night. We made the best of it. So today, here we are. It's a Wednesday, so this is the call that's usually on Tuesdays. And actually, if Wednesday ends up being a good night, maybe I can do a few, maybe once a month, switch the day. But for now, we'll keep it on back to Tuesdays next week. So, sorry, my voice is going. There's a lot going on. Actually, I was just talking to my mother for the last hour and a half because my mother, she's very interested in the stuff I talk about and interested in the cases that I deal with because they range from, simple cases to extreme cases that I wouldn't put on this call because it might make people a little bit unsettled. But, the key is, and the most important thing, well, there's so many important things, but to let go of fear and realize you're not a victim of this planet. And this is the talk I was just giving my mom, and I wish I recorded it and then I could just play it for everybody and I wouldn't have to speak for the rest of the night. But it was such a profound talk because I was talking to my mom, who kind of gets this stuff, to be quite honest. She's pretty savvy in it. But she's asking, like, what do I do when my friends don't understand it? What do I do when, you want to tell people that this is a time of choice and this is a time to really have the free will to say, yes, I want to go back to unity. I want to go back home. And what about those friends of ours that don't get it? And they're not bad people. They're just unaware of what's going on, or they might just have a negativity to them, or maybe a fear base to them, and they just don't understand what's going on. How do you get through to those people that, hey, there's something going on, can't you feel it? I'm not sure what the answer was, or the actual answer is, because you can't put stuff down people's throat. If they're not ready to hear it, they're just going to walk away or just going to go over their head. But I always feel when you're talking with someone, a friend, you're kind of gauging where they're at. And if they're curious, they're going to ask those questions from you. Hey, your life used to be pretty crappy. Now all of a sudden you're doing pretty good. How are you staying peaceful in these times? How are you staying connected? How are you staying happy during these times? Or, hey, you just lost your job and you're still okay. Or, hey, your relationship just broke up, but hey, you're still okay. Or, hey, you have a sickness, but you're still okay. Sometimes there's ways we wake up, and sometimes we can wake up by falling out of the bed to a big bang and have a huge awakening. Other times we can gently wake up. But for some of us, like myself, sometimes it takes something bigger to wake us up. Either a really dramatic moment in our life, a sickness in our life, where we just kind of sit and say, what the heck is going on? I don't even know what I'm doing. And you start asking God, what's going on? Like, show me the next step. And once you ask for help, suddenly coincidences, synchronicities start to happen. And if you didn't ask, they wouldn't have happened. Not everybody on this planet has synchronicities and coincidences, or that next step, that next feeling, that connection to their higher self. And some of us are just waking up to it and saying, what is this all about? And it can be confusing. the beautiful thing is there's so much information out there on YouTube, on TikTok, on all these things. There are so many books out there, podcasts. So when you start to have that awakening and start to ask those questions, you'll just come into that right material that's right for you. And we're all at our different stages. So be kind to where you are. I mean, some people say, oh my gosh, I'm 70 years old and I'm just waking up. And then you have, I call them kids, but teenagers saying, oh, I had this awakening. Oh my gosh, if I had my awakening back when I was 18, wow, that would have been beautiful. Think about how much I could have possibly missed. But then again, maybe I meant to go through it, so I don't regret it. So I'm just saying what if. I don't like to dwell on the past, and I don't like to look forward to the future. I like to stay in the now and follow that inclination in my heart. I had another conversation with a lovely lady today who we're, just talking about a podcast and what we're going to talk about. And we were all over the place. Do you want to talk about this? I told her all these things you want to talk about are so exciting, but this could take like 3 hours or 4 hours. So our limit's 45 minutes. So somehow we'll get it to, get a lot of information out there for a very short amount of time. There are so many things happening on this planet now. On the 24th, on the 25th, on the 26th, I was feeling really weird. I had that heavy heart. I thought I was having a heart attack at some points. I was feeling nauseous. I was feeling tired, totally out of sorts. Not depressed or sad, but just awkwardly not feeling good. And I know some of it has to do with a session I did over the weekend, which was pretty intense. But I was like, it's lingering longer than I expected. So usually when my body's doing this funky stuff or things are that very heavy-hearted feeling, I'm like, there's something up going here. Now, after doing some research, I realized there was that supermoon on, I think it was on the 24th, plus solar flares, and this was a big one. And those universal energies really play a part to wake up our light codes and really tug at us or push at us or push our buttons and our triggers and our healing to elevate us to that next level. We're going through this ascension process, whether we know about it or not know about it. But for those of us who know about it and are really working on ourselves, we are getting this really kickstart to really start moving more quicker, almost like it's almost accelerated. Although sometimes I think it's going fast enough and then not fast enough. It's this acceleration that's happening right now on the planet. And sometimes we're very sensitive to the energies that are pushing us forward to heal. It can be uncomfortable. So during those, and dizziness too, nauseousness, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of people then came and said, oh, I'm having a sore stomach. This is happening. This is happening. There's a lot of purging and healing. We want to drink lots of water during these times. Do your best to ground yourself. Sleep when you need to sleep. Eat when you need to sleep. I know it's like we're not sick, but our bodies still need that time to rest as it acclimates to the new energy. And as your abilities are starting to come up, you might notice that you're more sensitive, you're feeling more energies. A lot of things are happening to a lot of people. Just be with it. This is something you signed up for. You knew it might happen in your lifetime. We weren't sure we were going to go through the ascension process, but we are blessed to be there. I think my mom was saying, well, these years are a little bit uncomfortable. She goes, well, maybe I won't be here for them. I said, why wouldn't you want to be here for the next while? Because this is the most exciting place to be in the universe. We have ETs and all these beings of light watching planet Earth because we've gone from the darkest of the dark and we're going to the lightest of the light. This is huge and we're part of it, and it's so exciting. So I'm so blessed to be on this planet. I'm so blessed to know what I know. I'm so blessed to be so connected. But it was work to get there. And I work on myself every single day, and I still do, because I always say, okay, I'm ready for an upgrade, whatever it's going to be. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And that is that intensity of light that's coming through. I can feel it, like just by when I talk about it, just lights up. It's amazing. And it's not that I'm gifted than someone else. I believe we all have that power to connect and heal. it does take some work. I've done this for 15 years. I've been plowing away. But there are other teachers out there that I follow that have been doing this for 30, 50 years. Can you imagine the amount of resistance they had in that old energy to be light workers back then? They probably were looked at as being so odd and so weird and this and that and who are they? And they've been plowing the way for us. We're plowing the way for the others. The more we plow ahead, it's going to make it easier for people to awaken and go through their stuff, because we are changing the paradigm. We're changing the earth template. We are bringing in more love and light for healing. It is humanity that created this mess, and it's humanity that's going to get us out of it. So it's really interesting, and I get very excited. But the one question my mom was asking, and I don't know if she asked this or I just brought it up actually. Somebody asked this today, so maybe I was talking to my mom about it, is there are so many different realities out there. So here I am, Brenda, and I'm a positive thinker. I love focusing on just positive things, love, joy, happiness, all that good stuff. Now, if I went on the news, let's say, which I don't do, but let's say there's glimpses of things that come into my vision that don't look good. And some things actually look really out there. Like, how is that in my reality when I have this in my reality that's so beautiful? Well, what I realize is that stuff I'm seeing are not in the reality I'm spending most of my time in. They do exist. So right now, every human has this array of all these different realities. Physics has proven this, where different realities exist. So somewhere out there, Elvis Presley probably played in Vegas until he was like 99, had a great life. All right. Or I don't know how old he'd be, so I don't know. But I'm just saying he didn't pass away early. So there are different realities. There's infinite outcomes. So here I am looking at my reality, and I'm seeing a lot of beautiful things. I meet beautiful people. When I go to the grocery store, people are smiling. People are kind. When I drive on the highway, I only have nice drivers with me. I don't get cut off. The only time I get slightly cut off is because I love numbers, is when somebody cuts me off just gently with one of my favorite numbers. And I'm like, oh, thank you. That wasn't really a cut off. It was like a hello from heaven. All right. So I live in this reality where there's a lot of good things. Now, then I'm seeing this other stuff. So the way we work, I know we feel solid. We look like this is all very real, but we're actually looking at different realities at 80,000 screens per second. We're more like a projector looking, and it looks like it's a nice streamline. Okay, it's kind of confusing. But for those of you who are actively creating your life, you might notice some strange things that happen. For instance, you had a conversation with someone. Give you a very, very easy example. Let's say you and a friend had a conversation and you were talking about a topic. And then you met them again and now you're talking about the same thing. You say, we already spoke about this. And like, no, we didn't. And you have this slight not connecting of your together before. That's one of those things that can happen if you're creating your life and you're switching realities. They may be in a different reality and now they're in your, it's kind of confusing. I get it. It happens to me so often that I don't make a big deal of it anymore. You don't really have to understand the mechanics of it, but what I would like you to focus on, and this is where I kind of was telling my mother, is you want to focus on the positive stuff that you're seeing. Because if you, I'm going to imagine it this way, all the good stuff is more in these realities, right over here. Now, if my consciousness, like my vibration drops, and I start looking into these ones that have like a totally different outcome of things, and I'm in fear, I'm in worry, I might start to focus on that more and more and start creating that. But if I keep focusing on the positive and I'm doing well and everyone's doing well and humanity's going to make it and all this great stuff, that's what I'm focusing. I'm going to create more, because what you bless blesses it back. Where you put your focus happens. So why, if you know that you're a powerful creator and this is your universe and you're creating it, why would you give a second to a negative thought? Because you are a very powerful creator. Why add that energy into something that's negative? Why not consciously, if there's a negative thought that comes in, say, I dissolve that negative thought. Archangel Michael, come in and dissolve it. I am a being of love. I deserve to be safe and happy. And that is what I'm creating for all of humanity. It's that noticing of where my thoughts are, recorrecting it to positive. Now, why is it that we're seeing all these things? It's because we're in the time of choice. Now, it's like, and I just saw a video and someone explained it really cool. And it's really fresh the way they explained it. So I'm going to just, the way I imagined it in my head when they were talking is, just because I can see those realities that I don't like, doesn't mean they're my realities. It's almost like they're saying glass rooms. I'm looking at all these glasses, they're see-through. I can see them, but I'm not in those rooms. I'm in these rooms. Also, you could say they're different frequencies on a channel of a TV, but that analogy is kind of harder to think because you're only really watching one channel at a time, but we're shifting through so quickly. So I like the glass room analogy. So you can look at all these different realities that are happening because they're in glass rooms. Now, if I like that reality, let's say I want to go somewhere negative, and I can choose to focus on that room or that, that reality and pull myself into it. Now, I'm not going to do that because I like to look at these rooms and these realities that are much nicer. I'm pulling myself into there. But can you imagine if somebody is in one of those darker realities and they're watching our reality where we're talking about love and magnificent beings that we are and that we can create, and it's so exciting. And they're looking and they're saying, wait a second, how is that even possible? My reality is so dark and depressing and full of despair. What are they doing over in that reality? I want some of that. And they can focus on this reality and start pulling themselves by, asking questions. How is this happening? And then their consciousness will give them that next step and that next step to get into that reality. So right now, because we're in this time of choice, we have this array of realities to look at. Now, very cool, right? Because notice how people are talking about quantum reality, the one field, we create, we're magnificent, different realities, free choice, ascension. Where were we talking about this 10 years ago? I remember about 20 years ago, I was at work and I told people this thing's coming. It's called ascension. It's going to come, and there's going to be a lot of people that pass away. There's going to be a lot of unease in the world, and structures like, government bodies are going to get like challenged. And they say, what are you talking about? I said, I don't know. I can't pinpoint it, but that's what I feel like. There's something going to be happening. And I remember just recently someone called, do you remember when you said this at work and when you were a long time ago? I said, yeah. I said, I didn't think it was going to pan out like this. I didn't think it was going to be that uncomfortable. And the thing too is we're really kind of given bits and pieces. So there's so much on YouTube right now, big changes in 2024 is coming. 2025 is this and that. But no one's saying what it is. Shocking things are coming. This is coming. It's like, if I like watching YouTube. I like watching different perspectives, and sometimes I sit with it. How does it feel in my heart? This person's got too much fear-based, not for me, and this person's more on my thing, where I believe in the Christ consciousness and the family of light and going back home and all that. So I'll kind of gear towards people that are talking the same way, are very positive and things like that. That's what I like. But it's neat to get different perspectives. So I'm kind of open to listening, but no, access denied, permission denied. I like this, I like that. But it's so neat that we're in this time where this information is now so available, and that is because humanity is ready. It's like people are waking up all the time. In 2024, this is the year. It's a leap year tomorrow, right? And when leap years happen, there's always something really big that happens for me. So I don't know what's coming tomorrow or March 1st, but and I just know it's going to be good. So I'm just like, okay, I surrender. I'm just going to go with the flow. I can't stop whatever's coming. So I'm just going to know it's going to be good and positive, and I'll make it that way. Because anything that happens in our life can be positive or negative or neutral. That is our control. That is our perception. So yesterday when my subpump went, we get it. So we kind of laugh. Oh, right before your call, that happens. Well, then we thought about all the great things. Oh, we had an extra one in the barn. We got to spend time here and laugh and talk while we were waiting. So I could have looked at it like, oh my gosh, it was such a disaster. We had to be up most of the night. Oh, I missed my call and that and that. But you know what? I perceive how to take that. The one thing that no one can take away from you is your power to think positive. You could be in the darkest place. You could be in jail and still think positive. And if you thought positive, you're going to get out, because the universe is going to get you on that positive vibe and get you out somehow. People can do things to us, but we don't have to take it. We don't have to take it personally, for one thing. We don't have to allow it to happen again. That means you say no. And you know what? We can stand up for ourselves. Just because we're spiritual doesn't mean you can't stand up for yourself. So you stand up for yourself, say no. And, I always wish people well who've ever done anything bad to me. Let's say, what would be considered bad. I never considered it bad. I just figured, well, I didn't like it. And maybe it was a learning lesson, but they gave me such a beautiful opportunity to stand up for myself. So, you know what? I wish them well, because what you bless blesses you back, and what you damn damns you back. So why would we ever say anything negative to anything? And everything, every single thing is creation of God. We cannot leave out one thing. Not that evil person, not that evil doing, nothing. Everything is part of creation. They might be far removed, separated, lost, confused, but still part of creation. So we have to be all encompassing in compassion, love, joy, forgiveness of ourselves, forgiveness of others. All the while putting yourself first, keeping your boundaries. And, one more thing I'm going to end up with, because there was another conversation. I've had a lot of conversation about karma. And, in this new age, we get to clear karma. And this is the neat thing. So that's why I work on yourself, is you're going to release. But how do you create new karma? If you are standing up for yourself and you're saying no to someone, or you're engaging with someone and you're pretty firm and saying, no, you can't do this to me. But if I were to say something to someone, and this happens, because you say something to someone, but the intent that comes from my heart is to help, to teach, to encourage, to help people see. And let's just say they take it the wrong way, because they're coming with their own perceptions and things like that. They take it their own way. That is them. That is what their perception's taking it the wrong way. I never meant it that way. Therefore, I am not creating karma for myself. But let's say I am mad at someone and I'm planning revenge against them. I'm planning to hurt them. I'm sending them negative energy. Then I'm creating karma for myself. So as long as you're living life to the best of your ability to be kind and compassionate, but still have discernment and prudence, and put yourself first and keep yourself out of harm's way and stand up for yourself, you're living your life right in the eyes of cause and effect and karma. Although some people will say, I didn't like what you said, I'll always apologize, but I never meant it to hurt their feelings. If I gave this example to someone, because they heard that if you send out love and light to someone, you could change their path, because maybe they were supposed to go somewhere else and now they changed to a different path. that you can create karma for yourself for changing their trajectory. I said my perception was I would need to disagree, because we can look at these calls. We're sending out love and light to everyone and everything. We're never forcing this light or love on anyone. We're just making it available. We don't have the right to say, you must take this love and light and use it. No, what we're doing is, hey, listen, we know how to do this. We know it's there for everyone. And we're just blessed to come together and send it out as a group and make it available to those who might not understand it or don't know how to use it. Now it's up to their higher self to accept the healing or not. That's all we're doing. It's like sending a prayer, nothing's wrong with that. We can always send good intentions to someone. What I do understand is as we send out this energy, that energy is going out to the world, and you can just feel it so intense. That surplus energy, there's two things that happen to it, I believe. I believe it just continues to be made available, but a lot of that excess energy comes back to us that are sending it out. Whether you're watching the call live or on replay, you're kind of included in this. So I'm talking to everyone that will watch this now or in the future. So we get this surplus back. And that is why group healing is so powerful, because we're all doing this together. And that's why on Tuesdays, or not Wednesday today, but Tuesdays, I look forward to it because that is my refresh. So I do this for myself. I do it for you guys. We do it for humanity. We do it for the betterment of the universe. So it's really quite neat how powerful we are. And we might not think we're doing a lot, but my understanding is they always say you have no idea the powerful positive impact that you guys have when you do these calls, or when you stop at 11:11 during the day and send prayers of, you get in that high vibration, send prayers of peace and compassion to this world. We are powerful, magnificent creators. And that is what these masters came on earth to tell us. It doesn't matter what religion we are. These masters came in all different forms, in all different timelines, or I guess in different cultures, to teach the same thing. You are as powerful as us. You all have God within you. Take your power back, be that magnificent being, and create a beautiful world that you're meant to create. So we let go of the fear, we let go of the worry, we hold that love and peace, and we talk to our higher selves and listen to our higher selves and let us guide us into the next best step. That's all we need to do. It's that simple. I know, it took me 15 years to get it, but you don't have to take as long as me. Just say, I'm ready to get it. Just let me understand it. Yeah, some resistance will have to leave, but you'll get it. We got this. So be kind to yourself, love yourself, and let's get into the healing. All right, so the music's coming on, and then we'll get that balance going, making sure everything's good. All right, let's see here. Where am I? It's funny because this system I'm on, they change their buttons. Why does everything change? Like you get used to a system and then they upgrade it or change it, and then you can't see anything. All right, I'm back again. Here we go. All right, so the balance here is the music and my voice. And if you can just say what's good or what's not, and I will fix it and go from there. I'm just going to drink a little bit more. I'm pretty thirsty. I think this one's going to be a big one. With all that upgrade, I think a lot of us got in the last few days. Whew, lots going on this beautiful planet. Thank you. The music's going on a little bit higher. 1 second. Let me find it. All right, tell me if that is good. I like the music pretty high, so when I listen to the replay, I don't like to struggle to hear my voice, but I like to hear the music too. So just let me know, and we'll get that going. And thank you for being on the chat. because it's really hard to gauge the sound from this end. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna be with this. We're good. I just have a little more tea. It's my throat tea. All right, everyone. Just getting into your comfortable spots, whether you're laying on your bed, on your couch, or you're sitting up. I want you to start allowing deep breaths. Imagine when you're breathing in that air, it's going into every cell of your body that loves you, by the way. And we love ourselves and we love our bodies. Let's focus today on our physical bodies. For those of you who might have aches and pains, illnesses, whatever it is, feeling a little more sluggish than usual. Although during this healing you can bring in your mental problems, your emotional problems, because I'm sure there's lots of that going on too. But imagine this beautiful body is your vessel. And where it is today, whether if you have a few extra pounds on you're not loving, whether you have some aches and pains you don't like, that's okay, because you have this beautiful body and every cell of your body wants to be with you, is there for a reason. So we're going to send some extra tender love and care to every cell of our body. Today we're going to do a deep cleanse. We're going to go so deep into our cells. And I want you to breathe deeply, allowing that tension to release. Knowing when we get into these sessions, although they're group sessions, you're in your own octahedron of love. These calls are only filled with beings of love and light, pure divine source. We're protected in love as we do these healings. Any negativity, any interference that leaves your fields doesn't affect anyone on the call. We ask it to leave the earth plane. It's not up to us to decide what happens. I just leave all that to these beings of light. And we focus on our healing, our release, allowing those deep breaths. And as you're exhaling that anxiety, worry, when our bodies are hurting, sometimes it's really hard to focus on anything else. And I've been there. I know what it is to have a very sore body. And I used to try to practice what I preach, saying, ignore it. It's hard, I get it. So let's breathe love to those areas that might be hurting at this time. And let's tell our bodies we love it so much. And we're so blessed that it's with us, that we have these beautiful, beautiful vessels given to us by Mother Earth to use in this lifetime. And when your cells start to hear you talk, they get so excited. So you might want to say something like, I love my hair, I love my skin cells, I love my bones and my bone marrow. I love my organs and my brain matter and my connective tissue. I love every red blood cell and every white blood cell and my bodily fluids. I appreciate my immune system and my circulatory system and my digestive system. I love my nails. I love the way my heart beats. I love the way that I'm able to see and talk and communicate and walk and write. I love the ability that I have to feel a hug. Feel that beautiful energy flowing through my body. I love my digestive system. If you're having a clogged digestive system, you can say, life flows through me easily. Get that body moving, that digestive system moving. There are so many affirmations we can say to get our bodies moving in that right direction. We want to bring calm and peace to our nervous systems, letting it know that we're safe. We're letting go of fear and anxiety and worry. We have this beautiful array of beings of light working with us, protecting us. Why would we want to hang on to anything negative? Anger, depression, despair, worry, anxiety, let that all melt away. Start to move your fingers and your shoulders and your body to release that stress. Isn't that beautiful? Can you feel this beautiful master light weaving through your body? It's like scanning every part of you, what's needed here. Every cell of your body is going to get this beam of light that it needs at this time to heal. And right now, there's many of you out there that are just vibrating so high. Every cell is excited. You can talk to your body and say, I'm ready to heal. If your knee hurts, you know what? Tell yourself, I'm ready to move forward. I have no more fear. I'm releasing the pains in my knees. I can do this. I can walk forward. I can be that bison and walk into my problems, because really once you walk into them and resolve them, they're like the past, they're history. There's such relief in walking into those issues, getting through them and coming out on the other side. You're not doing this alone. When you're walking into those experiences that we need to learn from, imagine you have these beautiful beings of light behind you, your guides, your spirit guides, your loved ones, walking with you, holding your hand. You can do this. You can do this. It's part of our healing. We need to go through those experiences so we can heal from them. And today, as we're releasing, you might be getting emotions or some anger popping up from something that happened years ago that your cells are now finally ready to release. We're asking ourselves to let go of the burdens and the worries and the sadness and the imprints that are no longer needed. I'm ready to forgive myself. I'm ready to forgive others. I'm ready to heal. I deserve to heal. I'm a magnificent being of light. I'm connected right to this beautiful divinity, the most powerful energy of love. How could we not heal our bodies when we surrender ourselves to this love of God? And when we surrender, we are not giving up free will. Our free will was to come to this planet on our missions, to be here and to follow the call of our heart. So surrendering is just following that call of your heart, which is calling you home. Allowing another deep breath, letting that beautiful air penetrate every cell of your body. There's so much healing here now. Your whole body might feel waves of light. We're doing all that stuff with balancing your chakras and clearing them and unknotting your meridian systems. Clearing your auric field and biofield. That channel to your higher self. Everything's just being cleared out of the way so your energetic system is functioning so effectively. We're asking your innate smart system, that beautiful immune system you have, to kick into high gear, to notice anything that might not be perfect. It's sending extra love there for correction and healing. Just going to take a few minutes now, allowing us to be with our feelings, our emotions, our body, just feeling that love weaving through every cell of your body, from your bones to your bone marrow. Every inch, every molecule of yourself is being healed at this time. It's like you're floating in this beautiful light, just enjoying it. It's like we don't want to come out of this, and thankfully we don't have to at this time. But now what we're going to start to do as we continue to have this beautiful healing, we're asking this beautiful, loving energy to come into our homes. We give it permission to identify anything that might be dense or heavy or negative, and encapsulate it and remove it and replace it with God's love and light. Your house is feeling lighter as this work is being done. And also this beautiful light, as it weaves through your home, is being made available to everyone in your home, whether they're watching this or not. This includes your pets and any family members or friends that might be there at this time. Just feel that love weaving through. As we always say, we can make this or create this energy, make it available. We can't force it on anyone, but we can definitely make it available to them. And at this time, as your healing continues, you can make any intentions for anyone or anything or any event that you would like to send some extra love to at this time. They can be overseas, it could be a past event, a future event, a now event, a person. You don't have to say why. These beings of light know why you're asking. You might start to feel that intensity of light. The vibrations are getting stronger. If you're drifted and you can't hear my voice or the music anymore, not to worry. It's perfectly fine to fall asleep and let go. The energy will continue to work. Sometimes even better, because you just let go and all resistance is gone. Allowing that love, that intelligence to do whatever's needed. Your higher self is in control, allowing only what's perfectly in your highest best at this time, uniquely for you. Knowing you are loved so deeply, and knowing every cell of your body is with you because it wants to be there, and you're a beautiful team. You want to build that relationship with your body. Tell your body, I love you so much. I know you can heal. I imagine, visualize, and feel that I'm in the perfect physical shape. There's no pain, there's no fatigue, there's no tension in my body. Every cell is vibrating extremely happy at the most perfect condition. Tension and stress and negativity are leaving, being replaced by God's love and light. We're working at those unease feelings. Perhaps they're negative thoughts that are creating our physical issues. Let's start those negative thoughts coming to the surface. Those negative thoughts of patterns of behavior. Let's let them come to the surface for release. Say, I don't need you anymore. I know my magnificence. I'm reconnected to who I am. I say yes to unity. I say yes to the ascension process. I give permission for these beings of light to heal whatever's up for healing today. I am ready for that next positive step. I'm ready to take control of my thoughts, allowing negativity to dissolve. I now am aware. I now know I'm creating through my thoughts, my actions, my words. And I'm going to use discernment and prudence and awareness to create better than ever before. Bringing in that love to every cell of your body, anchoring it so deeply. You can almost imagine yourself this beautiful light. Your light quotient's increasing, your vibrations increasing. Feel your magnificence, feel your power. And then anchor that feeling so you can tap into that peace and reconnection anytime you need it. as this healing continues, you might be having some emotions come up. Just be with them, acknowledge them, and let them go. Allowing that love of God to penetrate every cell. And now, as our healings continue, our special intentions that we sent out, our family and friends, we are now going to send out and intend this beautiful beam of light. And it is powerful. It is strong and loving. It is intelligent. It is liquid love. It's now starting to gather big momentum, getting stronger and stronger. And we're going to intend this to infuse, wrap, engulf Mother Earth and everything within her. From all the beautiful landscapes of this planet to the water systems in the air, to all life on planet Earth, from the smallest to the biggest, they all matter. This beautiful energy is weaving through and being made available to every human on this planet, every animal, every plant, all the marine life, aquatic life. It's being made available to anyone and anything that is willing to accept it at this time. We're all in this together. As we heal, Mother Earth heals. As Mother Earth heals, we heal. You can imagine this beautiful light that is going to continue being made available. We'll never know what impact we have. But what I do know is this beautiful light can send and dissolve negativity of this planet and replace it with God's love and light. There's a lot of planetary healing here, a lot of healing in the human consciousness, a lot of individual healing. Hearts are opening. Peace, a feeling of peace is coming over so many. And we are blessed to be in this position where we are able to come together to send out this love for those who can't at this time. We are blessed. We are sending blessings. And we're open to receiving it back. We want to get into that receiving mode. It's easy to send out. We want to allow it back as well. Because you're deserving and you're beautiful and you're magnificent. Can you feel it weaving through your system? It feels so good. This peace and calmness, this connection to who you truly are. Reclaiming your birthright of peace and health and joy and happiness and laughter and prosperity and wealth and harmony and all those beautiful things. I say yes, to my magnificence. I say yes to the ascension process. I say yes to healing. I say yes to unity and compassion and peace. Anchoring that deep within your cells, feeling that love and reconnection to who you truly are. I want you to anchor this feeling. You can anchor it in so many different ways. You can either just remember it, or you can tap on a part of your body and say, I remember this. I will remember this feeling. And then when you tap on that part of that body again, you're going to call in this memory of love and peace and reconnection and love and healing. You are a beautiful being of love. Thank you for joining today. And if you wish to stay in this love, this feeling of, wow, it's very intense. If I wasn't the one talking, I'd be drifted off already. Then feel free to do so. This energy is going to be with you for 3, 4, 5 days. Drink plenty of water. And in just a few moments, I'm going to use the singing bowl for those who are ready to come back. Thank you everyone for joining me. That was very intense. So we did something pretty spectacular today, sending a lot of love to this beautiful planet. And although I didn't say it, it was also sent to the universe and beyond, and to the beings of light. That was said in my head. I don't think I said it out loud. Lots of love, everyone. Have a good night, and sleep well, drink lots of water, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Okay. Night, everyone.